What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of In the Blender with your host, me, Shake Money. I was here on earlier tonight with Bleezy38. That was a great episode. If you missed it, man, we talked about the hurricane, we talked about his channel, and we talked a lot of Dolphins, of course. And speaking of which, one of the things that I do a lot is I drive. I drive a lot, and I drive into the middle of the state, Sebring. It's like an hour and a half away from where I'm at. And I always need something good to listen to. Well, a couple of years ago, I was watching TD's Fins Talk. I was watching TD's Fins Talk, and it was Monday night, and I'll never forget, I seen a guy with a cowboy hat. And the first thing I thought was Red Dead Redemption 2. I got to listen to this guy. And he was cool. He was funny. His dad was a Gator fan. Much respect to that guy. Anybody who's a Gator fan is a friend of mine. I don't care who you are. But anyway, he was representing a channel, the Finn's Tailgate. And when I went, so I subscribed to his channel. And I don't forget, it was a Saturday night. He did a Saturday night show. And ever since then, I've been hooked on this channel. Channel has evolved over the years, and it is a great network. This channel pumped out lots and lots of content during the off season, on season, you name it, man. I think it is ingratiated itself. You had many channels, but this channel came in and made a name for itself and is now a force to be reckoned with. So without further ado, I'd like to bring you the CEO and founder of the Finn's Tailgate, El Jefe, El Capitán. What's going on, my brother?
Quite the red carpet you laid out, buddy. I appreciate that, man. It was a lot of work and a lot of love. Still is. But
sure.
Yeah, that's true. It started up. I want to say November 16th will be the 2-year mark coming up. It started like in the middle of the year like that. So
for sure.
Pouring some Captain for Captain. I appreciate it.
For sure, man.
What's up, everybody in chat? I see Bleezy's in there. DTA, what is up, buddy? Long time no see. Raph, Color, John, what's up, everybody?
For sure, man. Definitely got to give him a shout out here, man. John Featherline.
Yeah.
Bleezy, he was in the blender 2 hours ago.
I love Bleezy. Bleezy cracks me up.
And by the way, he wants to know. He said you were going to show him some fishing spots and never did. You moved out of town. He he still wants those fishing spots.
Listen, you need to just go to Sanibel to that bridge that they have there off the island, bro. I just every time I went saltwater fishing, I would myrtleize it there, dude. I'd catch all my bait, catch Spanish mackerel, catch snook, catch freaking anything that was biting out there, flounder, all kinds of good stuff. Starving for some fish right now. I love fish, bro. I could eat fish any time of the day. Every time my wife asks me, what do you want to eat for dinner? I'm like, why do you ask me this question? She don't really eat fish. Only me and my daughter. My daughter's just like me. She wants to mac out on some fish. But my son and my wife, not so much. Yeah. And every time she asks me, I go, I love
me some fish.
You know what I want? I want fish, and you're not going to make it, so don't ask me. So,
as a matter of fact, Winn-Dixie, by my house, they have a good tilapia dinner.
I don't eat tilapia. I
love me some tilapia. But anyway, speaking of which, starting, I just, of course, I did some digging. And, of course, this is your very first live episode, bro. We'll just watch a couple of minutes of it.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the very first ever show of the Finn's Tailgate. I am your host, Chris Adams, the captain, and I have with me my boys. I got
You were
Brandon
English
the
then.
Bookie. I got,
Yeah, it was.
and we're gonna go ahead and run our very first episode. So bear with us. We're all new to this. I'm not a computer guy, not even the slightest, not even a little tiny bit. But we're gonna try to make this work. We're gonna have some fun. We're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins. We're going to talk about South Florida sports. We're going to talk about betting. We're going to talk about everything. And I'm going to bring on the best guys I know to talk about this stuff. I'm going to bring them on now. So here is Brandon the Bookie. Say hey, Brando.
What's going on, guys?
And then I have Big Kev here with me. Say what's up, Kev.
What's going on, fellas?
All right. So we're going to start the show today, guys.
But without further ado, man, that did you ever? Wow, you could tell that the channel has really evolved since then.
Sure has. Sure has. I mean, everybody's nervous. I mean, dude, I still get kind of nervous sometimes today, but not like in the beginning, dude. I mean, you would get nervous before you went on. It's a barrier to break. And I talked about it for a while, and I convinced my brother-in-law Brandon and a close family friend of ours, Big Kev, to come on. Both those guys super knowledgeable about sports. Brandon the Bookie is called Brandon the Bookie for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Betting has contacts all over in casinos throughout the entire the entire eastern seaboard of America to the Midwest. He's been to every casino. He knows people everywhere. I mean, so getting your betting advice from him is pretty good. And Big Kev, like I said, close family friend, knows a ton about the Heat. And I had, myself, listen, I watch the Heat. I don't watch baseball. I never liked watching baseball. Still don't. And, but the Dolphins are my expertise. So, and I wanted to do a channel. I liked it. Honestly, the start of this, and you guys have heard this before, came down from my guys at Go Time Dolphins. Those were the guys who they brought me on as a guest. Kadeem and Charlie Touche. They brought me in as a guest, and they I chopped it up with them. I caught the bug, went on a couple times with them, filled in when Charlie was sick. Even later down the line after I did my channel, sometimes, one or two of the guys couldn't make it. I would fill in for them. They're some of the greatest guys in the world right there. And I caught the bug and wanted it.
For sure, man. And here is this is like I clipped it because I don't know. I don't know. I have a weird sense of humor. I thought it was funny, but
I will say it, color. What the fuck was Shake? Was that Chewbacca?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Wow.
What do you got? Like a Chewbacca or something? Might as well say it, color.
But the thing about it, and another thing, one thing, when I was looking at that, you could tell again, another evolve. You don't have you didn't have the mic arm. You just had the
the boom.
Yeah, you didn't have the boom arm in there.
Yeah, boom is clutch, dog. Not gonna lie. That's the old studio too. That was the old studio.
Yeah, and that was when you were living on the West Coast, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. All up and down this state, dog.
Yeah, man. And one last thing I want to talk about real quick, and it's not really showing videos. When did HB in the back come into play? If you don't mind me asking.
So, right around the time when the thumbnails started looking legit, that's when HB started coming around, and the intros started, looking legit. The content is good, and sometimes the content is great, and caricatures, all the guys, all the everything, but the secret weapon of the Finn's tailgate, and everybody on the channel knows who it is that's on the team. It's HB in the back. He's the secret weapon. He's what legitimizes us in this industry.
By the way, one of the funniest things is, look at this, the pops from Friday clearing the air. He's taking a shit, I guess.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're hilarious.
Tua getting yelled at by the drill sergeant.
Yep.
What else? There's a few of them. There was one where Mike on the mic was and Color brought this up to me backstage a while ago. You guys, him and him and Mike on the mic got into a big kerfuffle, if you will.
Yes.
And on the thumbnail they had Color pitching a dress.
Yes. Well, in the episode, Mike on the mic called him a Nancy or something like that, and I think that's what it was. I don't remember exactly, but dude, he got pissed and he said something about a dress or something like that, and we had to have a conversation because it kind of got off the rails a little bit, and listen, shout out to HB, aka Zippa Media, which is his YouTube link. You guys could check him out on Zippa. But to him, he likes sports. He ain't a diehard Dolphins fan. He grew up a Cowboys fan. He played football. In fact, him and I played in Lake Lytle together. Never played in the same team or anything like that. But he grew up a Cowboys fan, but he's not like a diehard sports guy. He goes to sporting events, but he moved to Minnesota. Like his whole deal's kind of changed and stuff. He's still the same old guy I've known since I was fucking 7 years old. So I've known him 30 years. God damn. But he to him, people even arguing over sports the way we argue over sports is funny, because he doesn't like, you know what I'm saying? To him, it's like, you guys are arguing about football. You're idiots. Not that we're idiots, but you understand my point. Like, he can laugh about. He's the outsider looking in to all of us arguing about football. You know what I'm saying? So to him, it's entertaining as hell. And when he catches some of this stuff and sees what's funny about it, he makes that into the thumbnail, and that's what's great about it.
Yeah, man. DTA, I can't wait to come back, bro.
Yeah, we're waiting on it, DTA.
So what made you start this? Look, I mean, and I don't want to misspeak, and I said this on when I'm on Saturdays, and I like to think as Finn's Tailgate Network as FS1. You got Colin Cowherd, you got Shannon Sharp, you have Nick Wright, aka Tom Green with the haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll all talk about football and basketball, primarily. You know what I'm saying? They're different time slots, but they're different personalities working on the same network. It's not like one team, one dream. They're all individuals. They're teammates, of course, but at the same time, everyone is different. Just like me, I'm different from Ali. I'm different from Rabbit Dolphin, DTA, you, yourself, and Color. Everyone is different. We have different personalities, but we're all in the same network. That makes sense.
So that was the vision from the jump, as you just seen when you played the first episode. I never wanted to go it alone. Not that I wasn't prepared to go it alone. You know what I'm saying? But like, what I envisioned of a channel was going to be multiple people. There was plenty of YouTubers, just solo guys, plenty of YouTubers where it was like two dudes. And then there was panels. And I was like, you know what? Like, where's the channel that, I can have one to a few guys that are all hosts. And then there's those hosts that have their own specialties, or whatever, and be their own thing as well. Sometimes I'm carrying it solo. Sometimes I got Color with me. Sometimes I got Lou with me. Sometimes I got Ali with me. Sometimes I got all the guys with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I had always envisioned it to come out that way. Again, I love the co-host bounce off thing, the chemistry thing. Again, shout out to the Go Time Dolphins guys. I like their freaking co-hosting and stuff like that. But I just wanted, when I first had it, I was like, look, I specialize in Dolphin stuff. My dude over here, he's good at betting. He knows Dolphins as well, but he also knows all sports, golf, everything, because he bets on them. Brandon the bookie, and then Big Kev, another big better, knows a lot about it. Big time college football guy, knows, both of them know everything about college football. Ridiculous, the two of them. When you get them talking about college football, it's like they're almost speaking another language sometimes with the information that they got. But I wanted to have a little bit of all that, but also because I want the person that's doing this with me to have their ownership of what they love to put themselves in front of this thing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to pigeonhole someone into what my vision is, because I don't know, like, my vision is the vision of many visions. That's what I see, and so, and as the show has progressed over time, I find like-minded individuals, people, things, and I see someone and I think, hey, would they be interested in doing more than being either a personality or being, someone who wants to get on camera? And then, like, I like to help facilitate that, as you know. I like to help, get HB involved. Let's help with, mic setup, how does StreamYard work? I like helping in that way, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is crazy, but so there's a guy, Paul. He's on the show. He never has come up on a panel, but I see him on Facebook, and he has like a Facebook thing, Southwest Florida fan club, I think, Dolphin fan club or something. It's a newer Facebook thing. And I just clicked on Facebook, and I don't usually go on Facebook like I used to, or honestly, I never really did. But I saw that he was live, and I was like, you know what? And I went up there and popped up there. He was live, and he had like this younger dude and another dude up there. And so I pop up on there with him, and I talked to him about this stuff. And I think they watch the show. I don't know. I think they said they both do. They know of the show, or all three of them know of the show. But I was able to explain StreamYard and stuff like that. And again, I like to help people with this stuff, because as you know, as somebody who's doing it, as much anxiety that comes with it, as much stress, as much just toxic people, like, with their craziness and hate, it's pretty awesome,
But you know what? And one thing I've mentioned this before, that I originally pitched this idea to you for your network, and then Larry was we were doing Larry G shaking the panel, and he wanted to expand it, and I said, you know what? I said, would you mind if I just brought it here, because he wants to expand too, and you understood, and you said, yeah, man, you had no problem, man, and
no.
And I was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk, and we did everything face to face. It wasn't over text message.
No.
I had to make sure, man to man. We spoke man to man. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I appreciate that. And one thing is too, this summer, a lot of people don't realize, but the best way to cut your teeth on Dolphins YouTube is in the dead season, because no one's making content. Everybody's busy, and I seen that you needed somebody to start hosting, and I took full advantage of it, bro. I jumped on it like a dog
spider monkey,
like a pit bull on a stake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And recently, I think I earned this. One of the things, and I talked to you earlier. I showed it like it's my child to many people, and I definitely want. This is an intro that HB, speaking of HB, did, and oh my God, I tell you what, man, this is to me an accomplishment for myself. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, you know, again, my man HB has got talent, as you can tell, and he's got a great sense of humor that fits the program. So, like, again, we've been friends for so long. He's he's always hold on a second.
All right.
Sorry about that. He's always expanding. He's always expanding, like, the vision of the show. And him and I talk, like, we have big ideas, crazy ideas. Some are a little bit over our capabilities at times, but it doesn't stop what we think we can do and want to do with the entertainment of the program. And I mean, we've got all kinds of stuff. First of all, we got stuff coming out, as you know. We've talked a little bit about
the website.
That's right. Well, the website is live. It is active. We haven't officially released the website. That's actually going to come Sunday, but I guess this would be an official release of the TFTG network. And, you know, a lot of hard work went into it. HB, you know, thousands of hours and tweaking things and doing stuff like that. Different intros coming out in the future, video graphics. Like, dude, some of the stuff he's working on is nuts. Like, he's making a digital store. Nobody's going to have this stuff. Again, that's what we like to do. We like to push the envelope for the community to raise the bar at times, you know, and keep it interesting, keep it fun. And it's all we can do, man. As you could see by your intro, shit's fire.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the meat and the potatoes, bro, of the show, bro. You know, the reason why you made the show, the reason why I'm here, what made you a fan of the Miami Dolphins?
So I was born a fan.
Okay.
So I'm Florida native, South Florida, West Palm Beach. Lived there half my life. And I mean, I've always been a Dolphins fan.
So it's like this?
Yeah, no, that's exactly how it is. It's aqua and orange. It bleeds that way. You know, even since I was a little kid, probably 2 years old, got a Miami Dolphins helmet on, got a Dan Marino jersey on, or whoever. Yeah, it was Dan. I had a Dan Marino jersey, little 13 on and stuff like that, running around. So, you know, and then growing up, as I got older, started playing football at 7. So played at Lake Lytle, Pop Warner, all the way through to high school. And the way it works at Lake Lytle Park in Palm Beach County is they have a draft. So they literally bring all the new kids. They have like a combine and they have a draft. And there's all the teams that play, they don't have made up names. They've got real names. There's the Jets, there's the Dolphins, there's the Packers, the Cowboys, And at that time, you know, a lot of people want to be Cowboys because Cowboys were winning Super Bowls back then in the early 90s, as you know. We're talking 1993. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys were on fire in 1993. And I was a Dolphins fan. And so do the draft, everything like that. And I was tiny. I was skinny. I was small. Never played football. I played baseball a little bit, but dude, I'm 7. You know what I'm saying? Like how much football? But the 7-year-olds play all the way up to, I think, the 10-year-olds, and it's like a weight class. I weighed like 54 pounds. I think the weight drop off was like at 100. So like was too small, got creamed, But every 3 years, you re-enter the draft, and then you do another pick. So there was a freshman year, a sophomore year, and then a varsity year, right? Or a freshman, junior, and whatever. And there's like 9 years of this stuff until you get to high school. And if you want to go to high school, you go play high school. Some high schools didn't have it, so they stayed in Pop Warner if that's what those kids were doing. But every draft, which I went through 3 times, I got drafted by the Dolphins every single time. So I had my freshman 3 years. I had the first coach I ever had. His name was Brian. And he ended up, after my first year, moving to the JV squad or whatever, and had a different coach all 3 of those years. Well, when I went into the draft coming up, he drafted me again, and I played with him for 3 years. One of the best coaches I ever had. And went to 1 million Dolphins games when I was a kid. Joe Robbie Stadium. My grandpa had season tickets, always did. Grandpa is a transplant from New York, but became a Dolphins fan in the 70s. And brought back in Joe Robbie Stadium, watching Monday night, Sunday night football, Dan Marino versus Kelly, when I was little. One of my fondest memories of childhood is a good old scrape. I must have been about 10, okay? And it's me, my grandpa, and my dad, and we're playing the Bills on Sunday Night Football. It's either Sunday night or Monday night. I can't remember. Again, I was 10.
Okay.
So we're sitting there. Now, we're way up there. You know what I'm saying? We ain't rich. We sitting high up. And Joe Robbie was like a concrete vibration fucking bowl. Like when you sat in a thing, it wasn't the most comfortable of stadiums, but it was awesome. And it had so many people in it all the time too. So like 3 rows in front of us, maybe a little bit more. So like we're here, and then there's like the step walk area, and then they are right on the edge of the next seating right there. So there's these Bills fans, and we're getting killed. We're getting killed right now at this point in the game. And we come back, we're making a fight, and these Bills fans are total assholes. Right?
Was it Mark?
No, I don't think so. See, back in the 90s, the Bills fans were the worst. They were spitting. They would, they were just scumbags, bro. They were the worst. The Jets fans were assholes, but Bills fans were the worst. They were just nasty, mean people that. So anyhow, there's these 5 dudes up here, right? And this guy is sitting there, and now the Dolphins are kind of making a comeback, right? And so now the crowd were like, yeah, they've been talking shit the whole game. Now it's like late in the 3rd quarter, early in the 4th quarter, and we're making a comeback, and we're all, yeah, pointing at him and shit. And the guy that's down there that was talking back the most, like they were talking shit, but one of the dudes was like constantly the peacekeeper, right?
Yeah.
He kept looking back. Oh, yeah, good fun. But everyone's like, shut up, fucko. You know what I'm saying? You piece of shit. Ain't no good fun. Your friends over there are fucking talking shit. Anyhow, I kid you not, bro. This is the real scumbagness of Bills fans, okay? This guy, now the Dolphins take the lead at some point in late in the game, and we're going wild, okay? We just score a touchdown. And this guy looks back, the peacekeeper guy, okay? Mm-hmm. He looks back, and I forget what he said. The only thing I can remember what he said is he goes, I'm really a Dolphins fan. My boss, he says this, I'm really a Dolphins fan. My boss bought these tickets, and they're free tickets, and they're all wearing Bills jerseys, okay? And he's saying this, and we're like, fuck you, you ain't a... And he turns around, and he pulls up his shirt, and he's got a Dolphins jersey underneath his Bills jersey.
Oh, shit.
It enrages the crowd. it enrages the crowd. So somebody 2 rows, 3 rows, wherever behind us chucks a full fucking beer, and it nails the dude next to the dude in the Dolphins jersey underneath his Bills jersey right in the head, and gets beer all over these guys. Okay. Just, I mean, it was a direct hit. It was like Dan Marino threw that bitch from up there. It was like boom, right in his head. And it splashed all over the guys. And they look back and they see us. Now, meanwhile, my grandfather and my dad are talking the biggest shit to him. Okay. So they come up to us like through the fucking chairs and stuff, and it's on. And so me and my dad and my grandpa are fighting these guys. Now I'm 10, but I'm pissed. They've been Bills fan. I've been pissed at them the whole time. And I play football. And I used to have a different name back then. It wasn't El Capitan. I was a thick kid growing up. They used to call me Heavy C back those days. Okay. I'm not kidding you. They used to call me Heavy C back in those days. So we're fighting, and other Dolphin fans are coming around, right? And they're all fighting. They're throwing shit. Now everybody's throwing. Now they've been kind of beaten at bay a little bit, and they're kind of down there, and everyone's throwing shit at them, right? And the cops come, obviously, and they take the Bills fans and round them up and hustle them out the fucking thing. And everyone's like, yeah. And now the whole crowd has seen this commotion, and they're throwing shit from every corner of the stadium at these guys on the way out. So that was like I was a Dolphins fan playing on the Dolphins. I enjoyed going to games. But after that point, that's when I was like, all right, here's these players, here's this guys, here's all this. Then I started really playing football and taking it like super seriously. And Zach Thomas got drafted, and that was it. I love Zach Thomas. So I was Zach Thomas when I played. Like, that's who I was when I was wearing a Dolphins helmet, Pop Warner. I'm playing linebacker. I'm trying to be Zach Thomas out there crushing fools. So,
by the way, before we get to the next story, because I do have a next story. I remember on Stephen D's channel, I won. He still hadn't given me his part, but I won 2 cards that you gave away, and we met up in person. I still have them. It's the Deion Sanders and the Javonte Williams rookie card.
I remember that. We met in where was it? North Fort Myers?
Yeah, Fort Myers, North Fort Myers. Don't want to say where, but you don't want to say where because I can't. But anyway,
yeah, I got you.
And the other thing that I got from you, I have it right here next to my best friend's terrible towel.
Oh, the sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Finn's Tailgate bumper sticker.
Yeah. I have it right there next to my best friend's terrible towel. So I always look at it when you know what I'm saying?
So I printed out a bunch of those. The show had been kind of going on for a while at that point. And I had made a bunch because I went to it was the last game of the year, 2019 is what it was. And yeah, last game of the year, 2019. What is it? Anyhow, or no, 2019. That's way too long ago. 2021.
Yeah,
2020. Yeah, 2021, last game of the year. And I had been going since 3 months or so by that point. And I made all this, and I was like, you know what? I met up with Batman down there. I brought a big smoker, huge smoker that my buddy had built, bought a shit ton of food, cooked a bunch, gave away stuff, gave away cards to kids, shirts that I had made. I gave away some tickets. That's where I met Cap for Life. He won one of the tickets on the show. And I brought all those bumper stickers, and I was handing them out and everything like that. So, yeah, I had a couple
Cap
of
for
them.
Life is the man right there, bro. That's the man.
I see his ass. Was that Dade with him right there in the middle? Was that
Dade? That's Dade. That's Dade. And speaking of which, man, I'm gonna give a quick shout. I'm always gonna give a shout out to Chef Juice Catering, man. Man, I can't wait till he gets that business up and running, bro. He was on Batman's panel all day today.
I think he should.
He's a great addition. I tell you what, man, he is what a Dolphin fan should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. He's out here using his fandom. He's everywhere. He's always showing support in the community.
But no, one of the interesting stories I'll never forget. This is when the first time I was on the panel was, like I said, I've told you on the opening monologue, it was on a Saturday night. I guess that was Mike on the mic or drop the mic or something like that. That was drop the mic. And one story you were saying about how you wearing a purple jacket and the security was being a fucking dick to you.
Yeah. Cap was there. That was that same game that I went in there and handed out all that food. I had given away 10 tickets or something like that. I forget how many tickets I gave away. No, I bought 10, gave away like 5, and friends bought the rest and came with me. So I think I had 12 tickets in total. Brought my kids, my wife, some people I had met, friends that came from North Florida down that met me there, and brought this smoker, all this food, big time thing, right? And on my way in, I'm wearing a purple jacket, right? Now, oddly enough, and everybody that was there can contest to this, on our way in, we're like, it was kind of a confusion right before we got in. And we look over, and there's this dude shithouse drunk, and he's like with his 2 kids, and he's literally falling over drunk. And we're like, damn, and so we like try to help this guy. Like, dude, he was close to falling. You know where that the tunnel is that you come underneath to get into the stadium? Dude is like almost falling down those stairs and shit. So we kind of like help this guy out. We get security. Like, hey, this is bullshit. Like, more often than not, I'd let a guy that's had a few be left alone, but he had 2 kids with him, bro. It was quite the scene. And so then we come make our way up the stairs, and they kind of wave us over like this. They go, hey, hey, hey. And like they had new lanes over. So I'm like, all right, guys. And I bring this whole crowd. And dude, and I want to say Cap was standing right behind me. Now I had to get my phone out because I had all digital tickets and shit. And I walk up, and I'm at the checkpoint, and the guy goes, empty your pockets. Like, straight up strong arm robbery, empty your pockets. And I was like, what, man? What? And he's like, duh. Dude, he got right in my face and started fucking screaming, empty your fucking pockets. I was like, all right, dude, chill the fuck out, bro. I empty everything out, and take this, take that. And he goes, you can't have this, can't have that. And I was like, what? All right, man. He took my cigarettes, took my lighter, took my pen, and then
Can't have cigarettes?
apparently you can't have cigarettes, can't have a lighter, can't have a pen, can't have a knife. Now, the knife, I understand. Knife was an accident, all right? Because I was using it all day cutting up steak, because we had made steak, bro. We had made all kinds of shit. I had smoked steak. Shit was off the hook. And dude straight frisking me down and shit like that.
Maybe
like,
he enjoyed it.
Hemming me up, and he gets in my face and starts fucking screaming in my face at me. After, like, I go, like, oh no, he goes, he hands me like my wallet and my phone. He goes, he didn't say, no, you know what? It's coming back to me now a little bit. He screams at me to empty my pockets, kind of caught me off guard. I drop all my shit. I'm like, all right, whatever, He grabs my phone and my wallet, hands it to me, and like pushes me and says, go. And I go, I'm like, okay. And now I didn't know if I needed to give him my tickets, what. And I got all these people with me. I'm like, yo, I got all these people with me. And I go, what about my shit? Talking about all the shit that he didn't give me, all that stuff I just listed. And he gets in my face and he starts screaming at me. Now he's screaming so loud that the fucking cops come over. And now this cop's standing there, all fucking cop-like with his fucking hip turned and shit, like he getting ready to tase my ass. And this dude's screaming in my face right at me, spitting on me and shit. And in a lot of instances, like, I'm thinking, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to clock this dude. He's going to go to sleep. I don't give a fuck if this cop's going to take me to jail. There's a lot of people around here. I'm going to hit him. I'm going to fucking scramble off this bitch. That cop ain't catching shit. Uh-oh. Damn, what happened to Shake? Anyhow, I'll continue this story. I know how I'm doing. So But I'm there with my wife, my kids, and 10 other people that I have brought with me to a Dolphins game that need my tickets to get in. Plus, I'm not really that guy anymore to cold cock a guy, even though he deserved the shit out of it. And in any other instance, in any other circumstance, whether a cop is not standing there, buddy's going to sleep. It pissed me off and embarrassed the shit out of me. So the cops all like, "We good here, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, fucking fine, whatever." And I go up and I go and I give them my tickets and I tell the lady this. And after I tell the lady that gives me my tickets, they call and this like chick comes over to me, a representative of the Dolphins, and I forget her name. I have her name on my phone still because this day was fucked up. And she comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, well, give me your number, blah, 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 blah. And, we'll make this right. We'll get you your stuff back and everything like that." I'm like, I said, it's just, I don't really care about the stuff or anything, but it was just really embarrassing. So didn't think nothing of it. We go off, I kind of cool off, and we go to the game and everything like that. And I'm sitting in the stands, hanging out, and I get a text message at halftime. Well, looks like Shake's coming through.
My bad. I forgot to plug in the charger.
You there, Shake?
Yeah. I forgot to plug in the damn laptop. My laptop was not plugged in and it died. You hear me?
Is it me or is it you that's moving slow?
I think it's probably me. The Wi-Fi is now.
I don't know. You're kind of moving slow on my end.
Let me see. I'll come back. Good now. Hold on, I'll be back. We're expecting some technical difficulties. Please bear with us. Anyway, hopefully he'll be back. I freaking forgot to plug in my computer, and there's a whole kabapple. So we'll be back. Oh man. That was El Capitán. Hopefully, there he is.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay, you good?
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the last part you heard?
Where about the guy was frisking you? He pushed you away.
Yeah, he goes, basically pretty much, he goes, "Here's your shit, get." And I was like, "Well, what about my people's?" No, I go and I tap him on his shoulder, and I said, "What about the rest of my stuff?" They didn't say nothing about all this shit I'm not allowed to have. Apparently, he just essentially said, "Empty your pockets," and kept all the rest of my shit that he didn't give me back. And I tap him on the shoulder. I said, "What about the rest of my stuff?" And he turns around and he starts screaming at me in my face, spitting on me and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what the fuck? He's screaming and dude, he made a massive scene screaming at me, so much so that a cop came over and he's standing there all fucking ominous and shit, looking all cop mode at me. like I'm about to get tased and shit. And now, I already said this a little bit, but like, I'm thinking, fuck this cop. I'm going to jail because I'm knocking this guy out. That's what I'm thinking. I don't give a fuck. But as I think a little harder on the situation, I'm like, well, I got all these people with me. The tickets are on my phone. I go to jail right now. Ain't nobody getting in. I've done ruined the whole day. But I seriously was thinking about it. I was contemplating it. And in any other situation where this guy has acting like this around me, he go and sleep. I don't give a fuck. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck, bro. Buddy is getting laid the fuck out, and he might get stomped a little too. You know what I'm just saying? So I get in, I come into the ticket thing. I'm fucking pissed now, and I'm embarrassed, and I'm upset. And I know, well, I got to repeat it, dog, because Shake didn't hear it. And so I tell the person that's now taking the tickets this story, and they call this representative lady over, and she comes over to me, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. And she takes my phone number down. She goes, we'll get your stuff back. You know what I'm saying? And I go, okay, you know, whatever. You know, she's like, we'll be in touch. Yeah, I know, repeater. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So I cool off a little bit. I'm fucking heated, bro. I'm heated at this point, but I cool off. We're playing. I think
Did we at least win the game? We won the game, right?
Oh, no. Yeah, we won that game. I think it was against the Jets, if memory serves me correct. And halftime rolls up. We're up. And my phone.
It was the Patriots. It was the Patriots because we had to win the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay.
The last
maybe
game?
it was. I don't know. It might have been the second to last game. It might have been the second to last game.
Okay.
Or something like that. It was at home, so I don't know. I can't remember, dude. Again, years of El Capitán up in this bitch.
I feel you.
My long-term memory don't work like that. If I ain't got use for it today, that's why I'm the best alibi, dog. Best alibi. Could have done some real shit, and I would not remember. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. Be like, yeah, Chris, remember going and doing all that? I'm like, if you say so, dog. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I was there.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't let motherfuckers take my picture because I might need plausible deniability.
Yeah,
so.
That's what's up. No,
Anyhow,
but I have a funny story real quick. I went to the Colts game with my buddy Sean, and I'm not trying to say I was racially profiled, but I was entering. He's a white dude, right? His name's Sean. He's a white dude, and there's a couple other white dudes. And guess who they stopped to randomly frisk?
Well, I'm guessing you.
Yeah, because he turned around. He's like, where the fuck did he go? I'm over here.
Well, here's the thing, you know. Well, okay, let me finish up. So the lady that when I went to the ticket person and bitched, and they brought this representative chick in a suit. You know what I'm saying? She ain't a ticket person. She's somebody. She gets my number and she says, da, da, da. At halftime, she's texting me. Can we meet? Blah, 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 blah. We want to take care of this and everything like that. And I go, okay, you know, whatever. And I tell her where I'm at, and she comes over, and, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. Everybody's going back to their seats now at halftime. I talk to the lady, and she goes, you know, so da 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 da, and she put like a value on the knife, and she asked if I had Cash App, and that she would give me $50 to make it all. Dude, she as insulted as I was at what that guy did, she doubled down and insulted the shit out of me, and essentially act like I was a guy pretending about a situation because I wanted money.
Yeah.
I said, do you know how much money I spent here today? I literally gave away like 6 tickets. I bought like $1,100 in meat that I gave away in the parking lot today. I said, you're insulting me. I said, you know, the problem is that guy got super aggressive with me to the point where I felt backed in a corner that I needed to defend myself. Then he made such a scene that a cop, I mean, he was like that. A cop comes over, and I felt like I was going to be in trouble. I said, you embarrassed me and all this shit. And then she kind of rolled her fucking eyes, and she was a total bitch about it. And so I have a ticket lady, I call
Mhm.
her, I tell her about this situation because or no, she called me about wanting to buy season tickets the following year. I said, listen, honestly, I'm not buying season tickets because of what happened. I told her the story and she goes, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And she tells this guy to call me. And this dude calls me like a month later and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, we'll get you tickets and this, that. Never call me back. It was just, honestly, I don't know what happened, but like, that's some bullshit, that whole situation. So.
Yeah, man. Shake. Yeah, man. That's my dude, Chef Jew. But no, man, that shit tripped me out, bro. And I didn't care. But it was the fact that he was like halfway down the freaking road. We both walked in both walked in together. It was like like 3 or 4 people were walking behind me, and I was the only one they stopped.
So I
And
get hassled. I get hassled often when I'm in that mode because I'm the dude having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having the funnest time around within reason. I'm not an asshole. I ain't a prick. I ain't none of that. But like, I'm having the funnest time. And they just had to and a lot of people got to get a power trip and they want to take you down a peg. They're not having fun. So they see you having too much fun. They want to take you down a peg. It happens to my cousin. Happens to my sister. When my sister and my cousin and we all get out, we're having the funnest time in the whole fucking night. Ain't nobody having this fun.
She got Jackson.
But I do understand that I got stopped because I'm wearing a trench coat and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was bullshit, and it was very uncool. And how the staff handled everything, even the whole time up to that point, was pretty weak. So,
yeah, being that Greg is here, I guess the Celtics must have won.
Really?
110 to 197. They got to come back to Miami now. So, at any rate, so how many games have you gone? Besides that, how many other games have you gone? Your granddad had season tickets. How many more games have you gone to?
I haven't even the slightest clue how many games I've gone to.
I don't know. I'm saying, I'm not gonna say give a rough part, more or less.
20 at least at home.
Yeah.
At least. Again, it's got to be way more than that.
I'm saying, just saying,
I mean, bro,
did you go remember with your grandfather by yourself?
I did a lot. No, it was always me and my dad and my grandpa when we went. He bought, season tickets for 3 of us a couple years. And, even after my grandpa stopped buying season tickets because Joe Robbie wasn't the owner anymore and the prices all changed when Huizenga took over and stuff. When we moved up to, like, we would go to games, we would always go to like a game a year, at least. And even when we moved up here, sometimes we go to 2 games a year or whatever. I didn't go to one last year, but sometimes I'll go to 5. So,
you have a ritual that you like to do? You look like a type of you have like a good luck ritual to watch games?
No, I've done all different types of stuff. I've there's a photo somewhere around here. I'm literally straight up orange. Like, I've painted my entire upper half of my body orange and then, put like aqua in certain places. So I look like the orange Aqua Hulk.
Yeah.
And been that guy. I don't have that. My deal is I'm tailgating. I'm getting hammered. Might be a scuffle in the parking lot with the opposing fan. There's definitely going to be heated debates. We're throwing the football out. We're, eating food. We're jazzed up. We're tailgating. We're doing the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? On the way in and on the way out. It's an event.
That's what's up.
That's how it gets down. That's what the show's about. So
you're saying you have a bad memory? Like, real bad memory? Can't remember stuff. So you're gonna love this next game.
All right, let's go, dog.
Yeah,
I can access it eventually. So go ahead.
Yeah. So one of my favorite games I like to do is the numbers game. Then after the numbers game, you build your the ultimate team, and then we call it a day. You know what I mean?
All right, let's do it.
And like I said, man, much appreciated for the support that you give the community. And I tell you what, man, like I said, even as a listener, bro, I can't tell you, this is usually past my bedtime, but being that this is one of the reasons I did it this late is to kind of honor the Finn's tailgate, because it was always late night. Night.
I knew the speed of the show wasn't gonna fly during the day, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but for the most part, I listen to the replays, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Ali is the Finn's tailgate brother, but one of the funniest memories it's always gonna stick out in my head was, dude, I almost broke a bottle of wine because I work for a distributor. I'm not gonna say where, but I was putting away wine and I almost dropped the bottle out of my hand. This guy, his name's Mo Ali Cox or something like that. And he was a commenter that was constantly, him and Ali were going back. And I was like, damn, you think they get along? His name's Mo Ali Cox, right? Ali.
Yeah.
And he told Ali, he said, shut up, you're just Color's mascot. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I fucking died. Like, everybody's looking at me in the store like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? I'm like, God damn, I didn't even know he had a mascot. But
up, chef.
So here we go. Hey man, if anybody in the audience, give me in the chat, give me some numbers, bro, so I could spit them out. And you tell me the first player that comes to mind.
All right.
When I hear this number. If not, I'll think of some numbers here. All right. This is a fun game. There's no right or wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? So just tell me the first person.
Dolphins players or any players?
Dolphins players.
All right.
Come on. This is a Dolphin show, bro.
Well, I don't know. You could say 21, and I would think of fucking Dion all day.
All right, 51.
Cox.
Yeah, that's the card I have holding. All right.
Yeah.
41. That's a hard number. All right, I'll say 40. That's easy, better.
I don't know, Shake. I ain't good at this game. Ain't gonna lie.
All right, I'll give you a hint. He's a cornerback for the Dolphins.
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna say Needham then.
Yeah.
Isn't Needham
22 and 34. 22 and 34.
Didn't what's his name? Reggie Bush wear 22?
Yep.
And 34 is obviously Ricky. I mean, let's be real.
38.
38. Didn't Lasaka Polite wear 38?
Yep.
I fucking love the Lasaka Polite, bro. I love that guy. It was third and short, and we were getting it every motherfucking time with that guy, dude. He was just so good. I love Lasaka Polite. I miss that guy.
And then
Sean Wooden.
Yeah, Sean Wooden. And then finally, number 12.
Well, I mean, you could say Greasy, but like
that's pretty much it, because
that's the only one you can, because it's retired. That's right.
No, but I had this dude. His name's I met him from Dolphins. Then I like to bring the story. I brought the story up a couple of times. His name's Anthony Pialucci.
Yeah.
And he was a guest on the show, and he told me about how he saw Lasaka Polite, and this was back when he had cameras. There was no iPhones. He had a camera, you know what I mean, to get pictures.
Yeah.
So he went to get the picture, and he said, hey, do you mind if I take a picture with you? He goes, yeah, come on. So he forgot his camera, so he went to go get his camera. And then security, this old lady was like, no, I'm sorry, you got to sit. The game's about to start. You need to sit down. And Lasaka Polite looked at him and said, hey, man, I thought we were going to take a picture. And he's like, oh, man, I can't. Security. And he looked at, hey, lady, get the hell out of the way.
Yeah, who the hell are all these security people telling people how to fucking be at a friggin' football game?
I know.
I'm sick of this shit.
By the way, 10.
Pennington.
And 3.
3. Wasn't Joey Harrington number 3?
I think so.
I think he was. I thought Joey Harrington was going to be good.
I did too. I thought AJ Feely was going to be good too.
I thought, I don't know, maybe.
All right, so now that we're building the ultimate team, you want Joey Harrington as your quarterback?
No,
No.
I don't.
Okay.
Well, Scott
Marino-
Jackson says Trent Green at 10, but I don't want the Dolphins Trent Green anyhow. I don't want the Dolphins Trent Green. Yeah, I don't want Pete either.
Yeah, Chad Pennington was the last quarterback we won the division with.
Yeah, well, last starting quarterback too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. We haven't even played a playoff game with a starting quarterback the last 2 appearances. Think about that.
Matt Moore and Skylar Thompson.
What the fuck? That's some bullshit. That ain't a winning formula, Dolphins. Get your act together. Fix your security at the stadium for being dicks and make a good football team to go on the fucking deep in the playoffs. Sorry.
Well, and what's funny is Allie made a big stink about, not big stink, but she voiced her displeasure, and if it wasn't for that, a lot of and because of her, a lot of changes were made. You know what I'm saying? Because
so it was something that her and I talked about when I had her on as a guest. I kind of told her a little bit of the same thing, if memory serves me correct. But you know, it ain't like it used to be. Now maybe it's changed because she said something and but like the Miami Dolphins stadium for a little bit there has got their pinky up a little bit. Like, do you know where you're at? I get that the prices have gotten outrageous in Miami for the tickets, but like Hard Rock needs to understand that this is, yeah, we get it. There's South Beach, there's the Stars, there's this. I know, Ross likes that. That's why he makes all those, owners, Jennifer Lopez, everybody's an owner now, this bullshit. It's a blue-collar town. We're a blue-collar state. We're blue-collar people, and we are blue-collar fans. And when we go to a football game, we want to fucking take our shirt off, not give a shit. It's almost, you got to think of it kind of like a concert, not like a football game, and like an outdoor, like either country or metal concert. You know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna be some smoke floating around, some drinking going on. There's gonna be kids running around. Nobody's watching them. They're playing tackle football. There's a fist fight between that two 12-year-olds. Whatever. It gets a little crazy out there. Yeah, we're gonna go in the stadium. We're not gonna get too crazy. Everybody knows how to act accordingly. If a guy's getting out of line, then yeah, all right, take him out of here. But sitting here, you can't. It's silent in the stadium. People are looking at like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I don't know. It pisses me off a little bit. It's kind of changed. It ain't like the good old Joe Robbie days where my grandpa and my dad could beat people up in the fucking stands. What happened to the good old days? God damn it.
Yeah. So I guess Marino's going to be your QB then?
No, I'm not going to make Marino my QB. Yeah, of course. What are you talking about? What other QB would I make?
We got Greasy.
No.
Ryan Greasy.
No.
Tua.
Nope.
You could be like Batman and Stephen D.
Yeah, well, when you're a newer fan like those guys, that's the only quarterback you know about.
All right, running back. Shout out to the homie Batman, by the way. Good dude.
Everybody says Ricky right here. And I guess because you're going to give me 2 running backs, right?
Is that the formation you want? Depending on the formation you want to run.
All right. Well, no. Then if I'm going to take just one running back, then I guess I have to go Ricky.
All right.
I mean, you could take Ricky. You could take Bush. You could take Ronnie. I loved Ronnie Brown personally.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Ronnie Brown. Love the way he played. Ronnie Brown reminds me of the type of player, way more talented, but the type of player like Andrew Van Ginkel, like I was talking about the other day, just a try hard guy, works hard, all that stuff.
Damn right, Ricky and Ronnie. Oh no, I remember when I first, like the first few episodes of In the Blender. If you look behind me, I had Ronnie jerseys pinned up behind me.
I love Ronnie.
Yeah,
Loved
Ronnie
him.
Brown.
He was as much as everybody loves Ricky, I love Ronnie that much.
So
Ricky was great. He did great things, but I loved Ronnie Brown.
So you want Ronnie Brown as your running back?
Yeah, fuck it. Give me Ronnie Brown.
Okay, that's what's up. What can Brown do for you?
That's right.
All right.
Wide
Wide receivers. How many wide receivers are you getting?
I guess we'll go 3.
3 wideouts. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I got to take Tyreek because if Dan's going to throw him the ball, I want to see that.
Okay, T. Hill.
Yeah. OJ McDuffie.
The juice.
Like straight up, OJ was the GOAT. Tyreek Hill's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, as far as a Dolphin, he's got to be amazing for at least 4 more years to even be in like OJ McDuffie amazing. Because everybody forgets, well, a lot of these people straight up weren't Dolphins fans back then. You remember, Shake.
Yeah.
But if it was 3rd and 14, there was a shot we were going to get this because Dan was going to find they were going to dial it up where OJ got one-on-one on the outside against whoever. It didn't matter. And Dan was going to drill a fucking beamer at him, and his big hands were going to catch it. And Dan threw that ball so hard, but he always caught it. Yeah, I could take Chambers. It's funny you should say that, Scott, because Chambers is the guy I'm thinking of. Chambers and Gadsden. But I would go Duper.
Duper?
Yeah. Because you need the possession receiver.
All right. Tight end.
Fasano,
yeah.
Fucking loved Anthony Fasano. He was the Gronk before Gronk.
Yeah, a lot of people are comparing Darren Smythe to Fasano.
No. Fasano was way more dynamic. Sorry. Durham Smythe's good, but Fasano was fucking awesome.
All right, your O-line.
Durham Smythe ain't jumping and putting knees in guys' faces and still going through them like Fasano used to do. O-line? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Pouncey
center.
Mm-hmm. Give me Tunsil. Because he's good.
Guard or tackle?
I'm probably going to take him at guard. I'm going to take Webb, Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move these guys around? Because didn't Offerdahl play left guard?
Offerdahl was the linebacker, wasn't it? Yeah.
Or not Offerdahl. Oh, my God. Who am I thinking of? Oh, my God. Now I got a couple of names going through my head. I know I was thinking Jake Long, but
Keith Sims.
Huh?
Keith Sims.
No. Let me think on this. What was the center's name that used to be there with Dan? He was there for like 25 years. He had the goatee and shit. What was his name? I know we already got Pouncey, but I want Pouncey at guard if I can because he played guard.
Yeah. He played guard in Florida.
What was the name of that guy that was...
Yeah, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He's in the Hall of Fame too.
Oh my God, he's killing me right now, dude. That dude was the GOAT.
I know you're talking about. Whatchamacallit has him as the center. Todd Labruto.
Yeah. So Todd would know. God, what is his name? Oh my God.
Damn it, man. I'm gonna look him up right now.
Yeah, look him up real quick.
So, what do you think of that? Defensive ends. I mean, who's gonna be the right tackle?
Oh, the right tackle. Right tackle, huh? I don't know. Colors got it. It's Dwight Stevenson. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I love Dwight. Dwight was so good. Right tackle. I'll I don't know. I know Juwan James did pretty decent there as a Dolphin. He didn't do shit once he wasn't a Dolphin.
Well, he got injured. That's why. That was the
Sure.
crux of his whole thing.
I'll do Juwan James because I got his signature on that football behind my shoulder.
All right, your defensive ends now.
Or yeah, Raf. Give me Brandon Albert at right tackle.
Brandon Albert. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what did you say?
Who are your ends? Defensive ends.
Well, you're gonna have to go Cameron Wake, and you're gonna have to go Jason Taylor. I know Jason Taylor plays outside linebacker, but it's kind of the same shit in the category for the edge. We'll just call it edge guys.
Okay. D tackles.
Keith Traylor and Paul Soliai. Man, those would be some fat boys up front.
Yeah. All right, and then linebackers.
Putting 3.
Yeah.
So I'll go Cox, Porter, and Zach Thomas in the middle. The GOAT. The real GOAT.
And Porter, right?
Yep.
And then your outside. And then your linebackers. I mean corners. That's what I meant.
Yeah, Tim Bowens was the shit. Gardner was pretty good too. Yeah, Seau was good, but he was better at the chart. I mean, listen, he was great as a Dolphin. He's a better Charger, and I don't care. Fuck you guys. It's my list. I love Xavier Howard. I don't give a shit. I know he had a down year. And I'll put him with Surtain. I know everyone would probably pick Sam Madison to go with him, but I feel like if I'm gonna take Xavier Howard, then I gotta go with Surtain on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And then the safeties.
Whew. Give me Kick.
Kick. I thought I was running back. Isn't he running
Or
back?
not Kick. I always get Kick mixed up with what's his name?
Number 13.
Hall of Famer. Yeah. I always get them two mixed up. I always call them the same. But if we're gonna have two safeties, yeah, I'm gonna take Jones as my as one of my safeties, and then
Yeah, he was the MVP for Jake Scott.
thank you, God, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
It's because Jake and Kick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was the the MVP for the Super Bowl. 72 Super Bowl. He was the MVP. So let's do the recap here. We got Marino, Ronnie Brown, Tyreek Hill, OJ McDuffie, Duper with Fasano, with Webb, Tunsil, Pouncey, Dwight Stevenson, Pouncey, Brown, and Albert. Then you got Wake and Taylor, Keith Trailer, and then Soliai, with Brian Cox on the strong side. I'm presuming Zach Thomas, and then the weak side will be Porter. Then Xavier Howard with Sertan, Brandon Jones, and Jake Scott to round up the safeties. And that is the El Capitan's ultimate team.
The only thing I would say is I might want to change the DT to what's his name? Somebody said it earlier. Bowens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might want to put Bowens in there.
Who are you replacing? Soliai?
Well, no, I'm keeping Soliai. I think because Soliai's big fat ass will play well with Zach Thomas coming around the edge of it. They wouldn't see Zach coming. He'd be breaking bitches' jaws.
That's what's up, bro. By the way, like I said, man, it's gonna be football season. Anything with the network? Not any cool fun things coming up with the network this football season?
Well, as you know, website getting released on Sunday. You guys can check it out. And they're gonna have all the guys in rotation with the content. I mean, fuck, dude. Probably gonna be 2 shows a day during season with all of us clicking, maybe even 3, you know. And HB and I are working on this 3D thing, green screen type of intro. It's a lot of work. So much so that like he can't even like get it all digitized to then do it. Like he's built it all. It's just too much. But yeah, probably there's a lot of big guests that I've already confirmed with to put on the show that I've kind of wanted to wait because I know the show's growing and I want to get more people to view it when I have them come on, you know, guys from the Fish Tank, stuff like that. OJ, Seth, I'm gonna have them on. But
that's what's up.
And then other people, by
the way, the Fish Tank is that's what the show is loosely based off, the Fish Tank.
Oh, I love that show. But you know, there's I don't know, we're just gonna keep churning, man. You know, with the website and the production and how we do this stuff, plus, you know, going to some games, doing the live stuff. I mean, just trying to reinvent the wheel for a better entertainment for the product. I mean, anyone who watches the show knows that it's the late night stuff. It's a little raunchy, you know, between the panels and the fighting on the panels, and it just gets off the rails to even just when it's just me going, you know, I'm not the most clean mouthed guy, you know, I kind of just go. So not that I don't like the other stuff, you know, there's plenty of those guys that have other types of programming and I get it and I like it and I listen to it. It's just not what I envisioned. So as far as the organic growth, you can expect to see that just from like what you saw with the first episode to what you then played to what it is now. Just continue changing and growing and working. It takes a lot, dude. When I first started it, before I did that episode you went on, it was months, days, hours just watching things, learning things, reading. It was crazy the amount of time and energy and money that I put into getting it lifted off. I wasted a lot of money on crap I didn't need. You know what I'm saying? I wasted time on things, learning how to do things that didn't matter, but I just went overkill with how I wanted this to be really good. and sacrificed a lot into it. So there's never a giving up, once you
Yeah.
put that kind of time and energy into something.
Failure's not an option.
Yeah, failure was never an option. And I wasn't going to let anything hold me down. And, so whatever comes next,
Yeah.
obstacle, change, whatever, we're going to figure it out. And I've got a great team of guys now, yourself included. So I appreciate that.
No problem, man. Pat Riley, one of the things that Pat Riley said to me, not to me, but he said, I'll never forget, he said, when they were selling Heat tickets, obviously, but the one thing he always said, and he had his voice, he said, hard work doesn't guarantee success, but without it, you don't stand a chance.
That ain't no bullshit. It's not. Scott said I wasted money on that purple jacket.
Scott Jackson, I love that dude.
What you talking about, Scott? This jacket's fire as fuck, and you know it. Yeah, it's the truth. When you sacrifice so much, you don't let it die easy either. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get to do as much shows as I used to because sometimes it's time restricted. Sometimes I'm taking that energy and putting it more to things in the behind the scenes for the future, like what I was talking about.
Mhm.
Figuring out how to use other programs that I can implement for the entertainment. And
For sure.
That's all it is. I'm playing the long game with this. If it takes 10 years, it takes 10 years. If it takes 30, if it never comes in any form of fiscal
Mhm.
type of thing, I don't care. I ain't going nowhere now.
No.
I'm like a tick buried in this and that's it.
No, the only way, yeah, you got to pull me out this mug.
You can't. I'm good at fighting, and I fight dirty too. I bite. I poke a bitch in the eye. I don't give a damn.
Like Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like Ric Flair. I'll gouge your eye and everything. I don't give a damn. I'm winning this bitch.
But man,
But
again,
for real, man, you gotta respect it. You gotta respect the game. And there's a reason why you see them pop up, even the successful ones, and they fizzle out, stuff like that. You got to keep on the grind with anything and everything.
yeah, never feel like you have arrived because you get once you get into a comfort zone, that's when you kind of do yourself in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You can, I mean, look, there's mental stuff with it. You can kind of take a step back and re-energize, but you can't let it go. Salute, Scott. I know he has. I know Scott's been around there. Scott used to give me a hard time in the beginning too, boy. Then he used to really give Color a hard time as well. It was funny. Still kind of gives us a hard time, as you
But he's
see.
funny though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Some people don't take it the right way. I know Scott has gotten underneath a couple people's skin out there. But that's the thing too.
I'll never forget. We were talking about. I was doing a panel show on this channel on Tuesdays, and we were talking. I was talking about how I was a Gator fan, right? And Scott Jackson goes, "No wonder Shake has a soft spot for Tua. He was always rooting for he knows what it's like to root for a left-handed quarterback who has a cult following." Tim Tebow. I'm like, damn.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Dude, listen. I got so offended that I needed this form. And after that, I applied some of this.
Nice. That's your favorite flavor too, the original.
Yeah. Yes, the original.
But yeah, there is a weird thing that happens. I've given you the talk about being a creator and how it gets to you. You got to constantly you got to build up your arrogance and your ego, but you also got to like have zero at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's a real mind fuck doing this. You you really put yourself out there in a lot of ways, and it makes you vulnerable, while it also makes you feel like super important in an inflated bad way at times. Like you got to kind of reality check yourself.
Of course.
Like it's a weird dynamic, and some people it goes to their head and they think that they're more than they really are, and then they kind of fizzle out, or maybe they go to the top and they continue thinking that they're the shit. But and then also there's
their egos are so fragile, bro. The second you say something to them, they're like they get so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I think getting punched in the face helps out, getting a good old punch in the face every now and again. Damn, it's it's for real though. Like, this is not reality.
Yeah, for sure.
And people get this construed with reality, and it's a weird thing. You got to be careful with it, and there's ups and downs and ebbs and flows in it, as I explained to you and all the guys when you guys started doing it, how like, hey, you got to watch out for this, and it's weird, but it's great at the same time. So rewarding.
Yeah,
and
it is.
And you do it, you find you do it for a million different reasons, but as long as the main reason is for the people and then for yourself in the right ways, you're good.
I like to think that so far I've had even keel.
Oh no, Shake, you've been great. It's good to lose your temper though.
Oh, I have.
It is. I know you have. I've seen it. It's pretty good. I love it. I like salty Shake.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have to though. You gotta do that again. It's kind of like being Italian, which my grandfather. Well, you see, I talk with my hands a lot.
Yeah.
My grandfather was full-blooded Sicilian,
the
one that I would go to games with, and so on my mom's side, all Sicilians. Anyhow, you're quick to snap, but always quick to say you're sorry, because chances are you were either wrong or your reaction was the wrong way to handle it.
Yeah.
So like you gotta kind of, Cubans and Italians are a lot alike in this way, as you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So you gotta kind of chillax. Do I get groupies? Yeah, Raph, all day, buddy. All day. Scott was making fun of this purple jacket, but pulls the ladies for sure.
Damn right. What's the best way to pull up? What's that? He said, this one guy said, what's the best way to get girls? The guy said pull-ups. Pull-ups. Yeah, pull up in a Jag, pull up in a Benz. You get them every time. But anyway, any final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here, man? And again, I can't thank you enough for making time for me, bro.
No, I never have a final thought.
That's what's
My final thought is the next thought. It's kind of like bringing it back around again, like fish. What's the best fish? The best fish to eat?
What's that?
The next fish you're gonna eat. That's right. The next one, dog. The next one, especially the one you catch. It's the next one you catch.
By the way, tomorrow you're planning on going on sometime tomorrow, right?
I am. Surprise daytime, Capitán. So be on the lookout. I'll be going live. I might give like a 30-minute heads up or something like that. Or I might just spring it and you'll turn around and I'm live. Not even make it. Because I'm going to go during the day tomorrow. That's all there is to it. Made up my mind.
All right, my brother. Well, much love, brother. All right. And that was El Capitán, man. Once again, man, this is a doubleheader today, and I appreciate him. I appreciate all of you for sticking around in this late night episode of The Blender. Y'all be safe, and y'all have a good night, man.